On this bright Monday morning, it's hopeful in the heartland, enthusiastic in the east, wishful in the west, and soothing in the south. Many parts of our country still smoldering this morning, and many families still mourning. Yet, in Minneapolis and St. Paul, Minnesota today, we rise. Our purpose here with you each day is to bring you the good news before the news, to fully equip you to take on the day. Together TV starts right now. And good morning, everyone. I'm Todd and this is Together TV. In our Let's Get Up segment this morning, we come to you from the epicenter of America's most recent and storied hell to bring you slices of healing, heaven, and hope. So let's get up. We begin this morning's headlines with an update on Together villager Deborah Burke. In a special report done on Friday, May 29th, we reported Deborah Burke, born with the condition of osteogenesis imperfecta, was extremely worried about being trapped in her home, tethered to a breathing machine, while violent, fire-filled riots surrounded her home on Lake Street and Chicago Avenue in Minneapolis. As of Sunday, May 31st, we're pleased to report Deborah had been safely relocated by her family to a hotel in the northern suburbs and was being assisted by friends who are helping her in bringing her food. There are extra costs for Deborah and her family during this time, necessitated by having to put Deborah up in a hotel that accommodates her many chronic, special, and often life-threatening health needs. If you'd like to donate to assist Deborah and her family during this time, you can send donations directly to Deborah at dburkeowens@gmail.com. Now, Deborah sent us a photo yesterday afternoon with friends and volunteers, Michelle Trubtoski and Shiloh Kenny. Deborah asked us to thank the many of you who have either contacted Together TV to inquire about how Deborah is doing, or who have contacted Deborah directly with offers of help, love, and support. Again, if you'd like to help Deb defray any of these unexpected expenses, you can contact Deborah directly at dburkeowens@gmail.com. Together TV will continue to update you on Deb until she safely returns to her home. In other news this morning, Together TV will be addressing the separate issues of shame and then the issues of stress in upcoming episodes. Our upcoming series on shame is intended to help us begin to dismantle the shackles that the shadow of shame has cast upon so many of us. We'll talk to personal wellness coach Susan Gestalt about how shame manifests itself negatively in our lives and what we can positively do about it to make it go away. And in our series on stress, we'll compare the life experienced by the average white person year by year with the life of an average African American in the United States year by year, and help all people who have been scratching their heads saying, "I don't understand," better understand. This morning, we treat you to one of the most special Let's Get Up segments we've had so far on Together TV on this Monday morning in the aftermath of the drama caused by murderous Minneapolis police officers. We want to introduce you to another Minneapolis and St. Paul, the Minneapolis and St. Paul I grew up in, and where I continue to live, laugh, love, and learn every day. Now, although the Twin Cities has given me the backdrop for many of my rockiest roads, it's also provided the cityscape of endless opportunities that I've cherished and savored and loved. So with great excitement and humility and pleasure, America, meet another Minneapolis Minneapolis-St. Paul. Todd Barnes, reporting. In today's 2-Minute Manna, we read a paragraph out of the book Holy Envy, written by Barbara Brown Taylor, where she tells us further who we are. 2-Minute Manna begins now. The God of Israel is larger than the specific practices of Israel. Traces of his presence can be found throughout the world. We do not have to share a creed or a code to be partners in the covenant of mankind. The prophets of Israel wrestle with an idea still counterintuitive to the Platonic mind, that moral and spiritual dignity extend far beyond the boundaries of any one civilization. They belong to the other, the outsider, the stranger, the one who does not fit our system, race, or creed. The words of Barbara Brown Taylor in the book Holy Envy. And now, my take. Melody Cooper, the sister of the birdwatcher Chris Cooper, writes about how her brother, Chris Cooper, a black man, who while bird watching in New York Central Park came in contact with a dog walker, Amy Cooper, of no relation, who proceeded to weaponize her white privilege by telling Cooper, the birdwatcher, that if he did not acquiesce to what she was saying, she would call the police and report that an African-American man was threatening her life. And that's exactly what Amy Cooper did. But thankfully, the whole incident was caught on videotape. This same thing happened to me on the first day I moved into my new apartment, where a white lady screamed at me, I screamed back, and she yelled, "I'm gonna call the police." Weaponizing the threat and following through with the threat to call the police about anything and everything is not only threatening the lives of countless African Americans every day, you're actually putting black people at risk of death. Stop it, America. Here's what Melody Cooper had to say in a New York Times editorial, the sister of birdwatcher Chris Cooper. Lots of people keep asking me what they can do. We all have a chance to step off the sidelines, to speak up, to take action, and to shine a blinding light on the racism lurking in so many corners of our society. We need to fight together wisely, boldly, and unflinchingly, while staying aware that our passion and actions can and will be used against us. But we must not stop. This is the time. It will not be easy. It will often be messy, but it must be done. If you're an ally, what can you do? Stand with us. Bear witness. Continue the discussion and support legal action. Refuse to accept racism in your midst, even in small ways. Call out a cruel joke or rude behavior. Be brave and challenge it all. You can transform your own world through how you teach your children and how you speak to your neighbors and your coworkers. It's up to you, not a leader, nor any single protest or petition. Your everyday commitment is what will start to bring the change you want to see. Start small, step forward, and let your action join with others to become a rising tide that cannot be stopped. The words of Melody Cooper. And now, let's get going to a brighter day, to a better tomorrow, to our full potential, to unending opportunity, to the people, places, and things I get to say yes to, and the people, places, and things I know I need to say goodbye. This has been another edition of Together TV, the place where we remind you each morning you can have an awe-inspiring day of new beginnings, new businesses, old dreams, new joy, smiles, and laughter. Todd Barnes reporting.